Hello, everyone. This is Alex Tremble from the Executive Appeal Podcast. I'm sorry I'm coming to you a bit rough today. It is 3 o'clock in the morning and I can't sleep. And so I want to share with you what is on my heart. And I want to share with you what I've experienced recently because I know that some of you have experienced the same. And I'll get right to it. Sunday morning, I woke up not feeling well because of a dream I had. I woke up and I was sad. I was frustrated because all the work I've done, late nights, early mornings, speaking here, speaking there, phenomenal podcasts, like all of that. And I feel like I haven't reached where I believe I should be, given all of this hard work, dedication, effort, and delay of gratification. I felt like I should have achieved more. I should be in a different place in life. And the feelings were so strong that it basically ruined my entire morning. I ended up just kind of crying, and it was because of my wife that I was able to get through that. And so I pray that each of you have someone in your life who can help you through those rough times. And what I realized through all of that was I needed to do more, right? If I'm working hard and I'm doing everything I believe I should be doing to reach my goals, I'm growing, I'm learning. If I'm not reaching the place and space that I want to be, that means two things. One, I gotta take more risks. As I reassess my life, I've realized that even though I've quote unquote accomplished significant results, right? If I want to get to that next level, I must be willing to take more risk on. Must be willing to go after things that I would have thought was impossible before. You gotta be able to take on risk if you want to achieve. What's the saying? If you want something that someone doesn't have, you must be willing to do what someone wouldn't do. Like, you gotta be willing to take on that risk. And that was the first thing that clicked for me, is that I gotta take more risk, evidently. The second thing was that I may not have the right people around me to help me reach those goals, which means that I need to be even more intentional with how I build relationships and who I build relationships with. The reality is that if you want to be a professional actor, building relationships with, I say, scientists who study worms may not be as helpful. You got to make sure you're around the people within the industry that you're trying to get into. So I need to be much more intentional with my networking and relationship building. So after spending that time just kind of sulking and being frustrated and being mad, again, I had my wonderful wife who kind of pulled me out of that. Well, this morning I woke up and it clicked for me. See, I think we need to appreciate those moments in our life when we feel those emotions. I think we need to understand that those feelings are trying to tell us something. Because now that I look back on it, I realized that I had been in somewhat of a trance. I had been walking through the motions, right? Yes, again, podcast is doing well, speaking is doing well. I love doing keynotes and fireside chats, and now that COVID's dying down a bit, I get to fly across the country speaking at more and more events. I love it. I absolutely do. And with these emotions that I felt, it made me realize, Alex, that's not enough. You can provide more value. There's still more that you can achieve, that you want to achieve. Alex, wake up. And it was those emotions that made me think, okay, Alex, you got to take some bigger risks. Okay, Alex, you need to be much more intentional with your relationship building. It was those emotions that woke me out of that trance of doing what was normal, what was comfortable, right? And so I want to share with any of you and all of you, if sometimes you feel those emotions of, I deserve more. I I I I I should be in another place. I I know I can provide more value and do more good. If you feel those emotions, yes, it's super easy to just get down on yourself. Absolutely. And sometimes maybe you need to get down on yourself a bit, like I did this weekend. But I think you got to be very intentional, remembering that you can use those emotions as a wake-up call to check yourself and say, hey, look, am I really doing what I need to be doing to reach this goal that I say I want to reach? So that's the first thing I want to share with you. The second is just kind of really cool because after I had those emotions this past week, and I then shared those feelings and that experience with a number of close friends and colleagues, and it was amazing. They immediately were saying, "Oh, Alex, I didn't know that's what you're going after. I can happily connect you with the CEO of this Fortune 500 company. They'll love to speak with you." Or, hey, actually, I know an Olympian who would love to be on your podcast. I didn't know that's the direction you were heading. I share that to say, so many people like me were raised with a thinking, never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. What does that mean? They taught us this because we were taught to not trust. If I let someone else know what I'm interested in, what I'm passionate about, what I want to do, how I want to accomplish it, then they're going to just take it away from me. Then they'll go after it. And now I've lost out. But you know what? That's a scarcity mindset. That's a mindset that tells you that only one person can be successful, and that's just not the truth. And the reality is if you're not willing to share what your needs are, what your desires are, what your goals are with people, then how can they help you? So often we become annoyed and mad with the world that no one is helping us when we didn't even take the time to ask people and inform people and educate people on how they could help us. Y'all don't hear me today. Look, I just want to wrap up with saying thank you. Thank you to all of you. Everyone who follows, everyone who listens to the podcast, everyone who's hired me to come speak at an event, or motivation, leadership development, career advancement, culture improvement. Anyone who's clicked like, anyone who sends me an email saying, hey, Alex, that episode you had the other day on your podcast was it was so timely and I needed it in my life. Every one of you, I just want to say thank you, because it's you. It's you and obviously my wonderful wife and my family who keep me encouraged. When I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, working, trying to get things done, trying to provide value, and I'm tired. It's you who help motivate me and keep me moving forward. So just thank you so much. I have to say, please check me out. I know I'm looking a little rough right now, but I'd love to help come speak at your organization, help your teams reach your goals. Keynotes, workshops, these new executive pill events, which is really cool. I do these live events now for organizations. They bring me in to interview their CEOs and senior leaders in front of a smaller cohort of leaders, and we talk about what it really takes to advance within that organization, specifically helping those individuals from underrepresented backgrounds move into senior leadership positions. I really love those new executive bill events. And if you want to learn more, look, visit alextremble.com. Reach out to me. As always, good night or good morning. Stay strong, stay positive, and definitely stay moving. See ya.